$5,000. Cash payment to anyone who can prove that what lying son of a devil Farracon is preaching is consistent with the lessons, supreme wisdom, of Master Fard Muhammad Elijah Muhammad's representation of his teacher Master Fard's teachings. Do you then believe in a part of the book and disbelieve in the other? What then is the reward of such among you as do this but disgrace in the life of this world, and on the day of resurrection they shall be sent back to the most grievous chastisement. And Allah is not heedless of what you do. 86 These are they who buy the life of this world for the hereafter, so their chastisement shall not be lightened, nor shall they be helped.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. With my Rahim here, Message Covenant, breaking the 7 seals. Okay, brothers, I had a lot of issues today. So it's going to be a very short presentation. And so I'm going to explain some things about the angel key. Give some examples. Pretty much that's it. So you can follow. If you can't, you can't. I'm going to play a couple of things first, and then we'll get right into it. But like I said, you may need some depends for this, because if you have any connection to the message at all, you listen to this, it's going to be a...
Section 1. Fundamental Principles of Islam. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. 1. I, Allah, am the best knower. 2. This book, there is no doubt in it, is a guide to those who keep their duty. 3. Who believe in the unseen and keep up prayer and spend out of what we have given them. 4. And who believe in that which has been revealed to thee and that which was revealed before thee, and of the hereafter they are sure.
Again, right, this is clear. It says you have to believe in the Quran, which to thee and before thee in the Bible. And it says a lot. He says the best knower, there's no doubt. So maybe Farracon's the best knower, maybe he knows better than Allah.
$174. Those who conceal aught of the book that Allah has revealed and take for it a small price, they eat nothing but fire into their bellies, and Allah will not speak to them on the day of resurrection, nor will he purify them, and for them is a painful chastisement. 175 Those are they who buy error for guidance and chastisement for forgiveness, how bold they are to challenge the fire. 176 That is because Allah has revealed the book with truth. And surely those who disagree about the book go far in opposition.
They do it all the time. You're going to need the pens for this, brothers and sisters. Woo. Here we go.
I gotta do this. Do you mind? Yes, I'm gonna do something. I don't want to put my brother on the spot. See, this is this. This is something else. Love and faith transcends color. And the reason why we embrace Father Flager as a brother is because we find him on the battlefield of justice, being a true disciple of Jesus. And the last thing I'll say is, you'll never call us racist.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because this day that we honor
Yes, sir.
Master Fard Muhammad, if you see an image of him, put his image up.
Yes, sir.
That's the man whose father was a black man and his mother a Caucasian. And how many of us have a parent that's a Caucasian or grandparent? It's not about color. It's about our submission to the will of God. And in that we find common ground and unity.
Yes, sir.
So I'm only one shade lighter than you, so. And Mustafa may be 4 more shades lighter. We a family.
Yes, sir.
Let's stay a family and be a family and love each other as God would have us to love each other. We love you, Father. Happy Savior's Day. Thank you. I had to do that. We love you.
One more time, brother.
Always have to take a break when I put that on, Francis, because that's sickening. It's sickening. And you can put Elijah Muhammad's name, Master Muhammad's name, that crap. Mm-mm-mm.
Three. I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me, for I will tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. For the day of vengeance is in mine heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. 5 And I looked, and there was none to help, and I wondered that there was none to uphold, therefore mine own arm brought salvation unto me, and my fury, it upheld me. 6 And I will tread down the people in mine anger, and make them drunk in my fury, and I will bring down their strength to the earth.
That's the Messiah, the real Son of Man talking. Now, Farracon claims he's the Messiah. That's the spirit of the Messiah right there. Let's move on, brothers and sisters. Okay, the pause. Right now, we're at the pause. The angel, what you call Revelation, called spirit of silence. Where we are right now.
According to AI, listen to this. They said the statement, "There was a silence in heaven for about half an hour," comes from the book of Revelation in the Bible, specifically Revelation chapter 8, verse 1, and describes a moment of profound stillness. In heaven, statement, "There was a silence in heaven for about half an hour," comes from the book of Revelation in the Bible, specifically Revelation chapter 8, verse 1, and describes a moment of profound stillness. In heaven, after the Lamb, Jesus, breaks the seventh and final seal of a scroll. This silence is widely interpreted as a solemn pause and a moment of awe, reverence, and anticipation for the powerful divine judgments and events about to unfold, acting as the calm before the storm of the trumpet judgments. So we are at that time, brothers and sisters. We know that our minister was promised by his teacher that he had one more thing to do. And once that one more thing was complete, he would be permitted to see his teacher, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, face to face. Now, you can call us crazy if you want to, but in just a few days, you will run across everything that we shared with you this morning. Previous generations had to wait years and decades, but this current generation only stay alive for a couple of days, and you will run across everything that was shared. Our only salvation is to fly into the bosom of Allah, connect yourself with Him and His messenger, or suffer the consequences. May Allah bless us with the light of understanding.
With bullshit. First of all, he's stealing my words from last week. I can show you. There's exact words. But it says run to Farracon. Well, Farracon's pissing shit in the bag is cursed. He can't wipe his own ass, so what is he going to do for you? He can barely talk. So run to him for what? What are you going to do? You going to run these clouds? They don't know what to do. He says silence in heaven. Well, Ed, did you ask where heaven is? Where's he can't explain all that. It says silence in heaven. See? And then he said, well, now Farracon's the messenger. Well, how can he be a messenger? He can't even talk. God told one more thing. That comes in the category of watch the weather stuff. All this nebulous stuff. Always watch the weather. I got one more thing to do. Give us some details. I'm moving on, brothers and sisters. You know, let me say a couple of things here. I'll get into it. You know, I had a relative call me today. And the person, they called me, I didn't call them right. And they want to get into stuff. Current events, so they brought it up, so I mentioned a few things. And first they want to know, is that your opinion? Is that your analysis? In other words, no, see, because that's what happened. It says, they're talking about it in Exodus, it says, they didn't ask Pharaoh a goddamn thing, but they asked Moses. They questioned Moses. Why you didn't question Pharaoh? Pharaoh's gonna whooping your ass. Moses gonna say it. But they questioned Moses, but didn't question Pharaoh. And that's what people do. You see? Because first thing, if your skin is black, first thing want to know, where you get this from? But they don't ask the devils that where they get it from. Ask them where they got you from. Don't waste time with that bullshit. You know? So, and then it got hot. Oh, my doc's on the phone. I'll call you right back. Ain't never going to call back from them. And I don't want to call back from them because I know it's all bullshit. And the thing is, what you understand, They don't understand. I'm not trying to convince anybody. I get information. If you don't get it, that's your problem, not mine. If somebody tell you the house on fire and you don't get it, whose ass gonna burn up? I'm moving on to the next apartment. Tell them something. If I'm gonna sit and argue with you, I tell you, you accept or reject it. Oh, okay, I'm gonna be out after the game. What are you doing? Why keep watching the game? You just don't get it. This is not a game. Let me try to lose about culling. Look at that word culling. It's a natural feat. See, this is so you got that idea about some Jesus don't exist. And he's gonna save it, and all you gotta do is believe in him, and no matter they feel you hear all this bullshit, they can't prove it. The person that's telling you is the same person that beat you and raped you and shit in your mouth for 20 years, same person that's telling you this stuff. But you just gotta have faith. But if you was born in Hindu land, they would tell you to have faith too. Born in Buddhist land, they tell you to have faith too. So which faith is right then? Because when they can't prove it, that's their fallback position. Have faith. Hell with them, their goddamn faith. Faith has to be tethered to something. It's like you go in you put fire in the pot. Well, you don't know it's going to boil. You have faith it's going to boil. Right? That's it's tethered to something. Tethered to your experience. See? Somebody tell you, well, just have faith. The pot's going to jump up and fly. You just got to have faith. Somebody's going to come out of the sky and save you. Prove it. See, if they could prove it, what did the scripture say? The scripture said, prove all things. Don't they have to say that? So prove Christianity. Prove it. Look at the works of the people that present that shit to you. Are they doing God's work? Satan's work? Whose work? They enslaved us, beat us, tortured us, raped us, murdered us, burned us. That's their works. And they're going to tell you they represent God? Yeah, they represent God, the God of this world. That's Satan. But see, they got your mind messed up. See, this is what culling does. See, the thing is that we had to go, you want gold, you want gold, you want pure gold? See, you can get gold, but that may not be pure. Why do you think put in the furnace? They don't want just gold, they want pure gold. Gold that's not tainted, not corrupt, right? Not flawed. So they put in the furnace, they put the heat at a certain temperature, so it burns all that off. And that's what it said in Exodus. You rode around in the wilderness for Aaron for 440 years, right? And the purpose of that was to burn off all the weak. And that's what it says. Burn off all the weak and everything. So if you can't get this mess, that means you're too weak to get it. We don't want you. Oh man, well, he's my mother, Graham. We don't give a fuck about that. You got to understand where we're coming from here. This is not a game. I'm trying to convey the intensity to where we are right now. I'm not trying to convince you. You have to convince yourself. Because if you can't get it, that means you're going to get burned. And it says if the message of the covenant will come to purify you. That means anything that got flaws in it will not be accepted. So many will be called and few will be chosen. And so you have to want this because it's going to be a perfect kingdom with no flaws in it. It's going to last forever. If you have flaws, we don't want you. That's what culling is. Culling is you have the animals out there, right? And that's why you have the lions go attack the zebras because they get the weakest ones. That means the weakest one can't procreate, put their weak seed back in the mix, so you keep the herd strong. They say, oh, that's cool. Well, that's just the way. That's the way the creation is. You got this imaginative idea how the creation works. It don't work that way. Right? Give me a car that runs off of Jesus' blood. Right? Remember a bank account that runs off the prayers of Jesus. Show me one. Show me a plane that flies on the air of Hinduism. No. All that stuff you see, everything you know, operates on mathematics. Period. As ice cold mathematics, consequence. If you talk consequence, that's the essence of your law. We talk that's what we talk about law, that's essence. Because consequence is the essence of the universe. Every action has opposite equal reaction, period. There's no exception to that. And so therefore, just like energy deprivation we went through, I didn't want to go through that. It's just nature of the universe. Can't control that. No one can control it. No one created it. The universe always been here, always will be here. That's a mind blower right there. But that's just the way it is. We can control the quality of it, but we can't control the quantity of it. And so they got your mind, but if they was able to see, in other words, you got a magnet, right? It attracts all the weak. Right? You roll a ball down, the weak balls are the ones get attracted. The stronger ones, they can get past, right? The magnetic force. Say you have like a sliding board, and you got magnets along the board, and roll the balls down through the sliding board. And the weakest one's going to get caught up by the magnets. The stronger one, he might make it all the way through. Those ones we want. They're all balls. We want the ones going to make it all the way through. So that's why I'm not here trying to convince you. I don't want anything from you. I'm not going to argue with you. I get information. Here's the board. You can make it or you don't. If you get the bottom of it, you made it. If you don't, it's just the way it is. You guys, people out here, something they call it Son of Man, and well, I saw it like some video tomorrow. Royal said he was this guy called Royal said he was a personification of God. He was a lie himself. How'd that work out? COVID whooped his ass. I guess I guess the COVID Germans didn't worship him too much. And the worse is it worse, and this God guy called Son of Man, he's gonna get even worse than that. Because they're all talking stuff, they don't know what they're talking about. That's all right. Because they're part of the magnets that's attracting you. Because if you're attracted by them, I'm not gonna get too deep in this, brothers and sisters. But that's one of the reasons why the devil. See, I gotta go. You know, that's why he said, I will try you in the furnace of affliction. Why do you think he used that language? Because that's why we're the gold. It was put over here in the fire with these devils to see who would make it through, who would make it out. I can't make it any simpler than that. Who would make it out? Who would survive that fire? Who would make it out? Because that's what pure. Because they wanted to purify, turn you to gods and goddesses and keep pure. That's what the whole. This is the furnace. The devils are the furnace. They're the furnace. And you see what they're doing? Most of our people are being burned up by it because they're impure. So this when they're attracted by Farracon. He's a part of the furnace. He's a devil. It's what blackface devil. All that's designed. We want that to be there. That was purposeful. The Bible says, "I put you in that situation for your own good, to purify you, to raise you up to another level." You know, and with difficult disease, anyway you want to get better, you have to go through pain. No pain, no gain. And so who would survive? Who would survive the war of Armageddon, as Elijah Muhammad said? It's more than Armageddon. That's what this is, brothers and sisters. So you got the guy, so he asked you for money. Why does he ask you for money? I didn't ask you for any money. He's the Son of Man. He shouldn't have to ask you for a goddamn thing. He's the Son of Man. He controls, he's breaking the seals down. He's controlling the defense of the world, but he got to ask you for money? I ain't trying to stop him. He's doing his job. I just let him know, right? You know, it's said that many will come and say, "Hey, didn't I cast out demons and devils in your name?" He said, "I didn't know you." He said, "I didn't know you." Getting how I know him. Yeah, because you was the magnets that was attracting all those weak ones. And so, Because when you turn the fire on, right, the furnace on, then you put the gold in there. You put it in a certain the highest temperatures you want. The level, if you want 100% purification, then you got to put the furnace to that level where you burn up anything that's not gold. You don't burn it more than that because you don't want to destroy the gold. Situation going here, so I got to answer this. You want to melt the gold itself. So you put it in there, and then once all the impurities are burned off, right? And the impure gold is impure, it's distorted, it's corrupt. Once all that burnt off, you got pure gold, 100% pure gold. Then you pull it out the furnace, right? And then you turn the furnace off. Ain't that what's supposed to happen? We supposed to get out here, and then they turn all this shit off. It's gone. I try to make it as simple as possible for you to understand, brothers. And like Muhammad said, truth be so clear, you're full with error. Okay? And I'm only doing this because the promise was made you. Otherwise, I wouldn't be bothered. Because from my point of view, why do you need to be told this? This stuff is so simple. But that was the promise. Messenger would come. He'd give it coming, he'll purify you. That's the promise made, so the promise kept. Not a promise, right? But we don't deal with promises. That was a covenant, that was the word of God made. Messenger would come with the messenger come, he come and tell you about the covenant, explain it to you clearly so you understand it. They purify you. So if he purify you, that means the ones that corrupt won't make it. Many be called, a few be chosen. Right? So you're in the furnace. Now it's time to look in there and see how much is gold, how much ain't gold. Is the gold pure? Yeah, pull it out. Right? And shut the furnace down. Because once that process once complete, we don't need doubles anymore. So they shut down. Simple as that. So any of you out there that they think there's some that's got it. You'll be aware of them in a few minutes. If you haven't got it, point is, how you know you're pure gold? Here. That's what the angel says. That's where they wash their robes in the blood of the Lamb. That's the angel. You got to come to that level. You got to be able to, right? I mean, don't say you have to understand the whole angel. You have to come in to understand the process of it. That way of thinking. How you know you what that way of thinking? Because now you can start understanding what it's saying there. You can go and figure it out. You can decipher it. There is no other way. No other way. It says, that time, those that are able to do that, they go out with the Lamb. Then the rest, they have to go to tribulation. And those able to master during tribulation, right? Blood of the Lamb, they wash their robes in blood of the Lamb. They come out and everlasting shame, everlasting life, right? But the ones that go through that, and they wasn't able to decipher it, master it, right? But they survive it, maybe because of the 5 pillars, everlasting shame and torment. Move on, brothers and sisters. So this is my mission. My mission not to ask for anything. I don't want anything from you. And to make sure that it's a valued message. That's why it says the sacrificial lamb. See, because he sacrificed his life to get his message, show that the covenant was true. The covenant had meaning. Because somebody's out there, right? If somebody takes and they give this is like someone that gives his life for a friend. Man, that's a real friend. They gave you value, but they say, oh, I like you, my buddy, right? Okay, that's just words. So they want to know that you really made a commitment was made. Because see, we had to go to the Holocaust. It's hell. And the covenant was said, and they want to know how. Remember the story about Abraham? Abraham said, I know I'm going to get this. And he gave him a little parable. I'm not going to get into it. Right? I'll take these and cut these or whatever. Right? It tells you based on what I'm saying, but I'm not going to get into it right now. The thing is that someone took and made a great sacrifice. That meant, right, that they valued that word they gave you. They didn't just say it. They put their life behind it. So you can't say, "Oh man, well you didn't keep your covenant, and man, you didn't do all you could have done." See, now again, did not be said with the Lamb because he did everything that's possible he could have done. Got injured, lost his family. He ain't asked you for a damn thing. Thrown in jail, put on trial, homeless, and everything else. They said he would endure. So that was value behind this message. That means he went all out to get this message to you, so you can't come and say, hey, well, you said you don't give, and you just went out there and just gave out a little broadcast, and you put a videotape out, and that's it. No. Move on, brothers and sisters. Value behind it. Okay. In short, okay, the angel, what you call revelations, right? Okay. Now, when I got into this, I didn't know anything about a key. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't go into it thinking I'm the Lamb. I was just interested. It's a long story. I backed into it. And when I realized right ahead that was a whole different issue. I hadn't broken any seals or anything. I was just curious, trying to figure out what it meant. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. So if I did, I at any rate, right? So I figured this key. I didn't know there was a key. I had no idea it was a key. You didn't know it was a key either until I told you. You probably still don't know. But I put this together. I said, okay. I looked at this here and it says, okay, lion, 6 wings, okay, 6 wings, whatever, right? So I put that together and I said, okay, just following what it says there, right? There's 7 spirits, right? And then I said, oh, I put this together like this. As the order they said, the lion first, then the calf, then the face of man, then the eagle, right? And 7 spirits over here. And I says, well, what do I do with that? So, oh, now that's some kind of key. But I didn't know what the wings were. I didn't know what all these things meant. I filled in a couple things here, but I'm jumping the gun because, like I said, I didn't have time to really do all I want to do because we had a lot of issues today, right? Okay. And so, but one thing, now, when I looked in there, and I started putting things together, well, Master Muhammad would be in this position sometime. They had someone in this position, but they would switch positions. Depends on what the chapter says. But this part is the Orient, and this represents Japan. So I'm saying, that's what Angel says. Then I look and said, well, that's what Elijah Muhammad said. He said the will be built off the coast of Japan. And he says Japanese he would use Japanese to pilot, not black folks, like Farracon's talking about. That's not what Elijah Muhammad said. So it's interesting. The key is telling me this, right? And a lot of other things, right? Anyways, move on. Right? And I said, well, I got to start, what does these things mean? I said, okay, a horse, this is this. Each one of these represents kind of individual. Then the horse would be something that they were sitting on. So these must be the horses. So horses must be the spirits. They must be the horses. Because they're sitting on, It took me years to put this together. To find who's what, who what. Right? And so, everybody. Right? And then I go here, I'm not getting to Adam and Eve, you read those scriptures, they tell you, you follow them close, they tell you who's what. So this turns out to be, this is represents the earth, four corners of the earth, and one's Eve, one's Adam. But Eve represents America, Adam represents UK. That's Gog and Magog again. I'm not going to all the detail. But anyway, I start filling in. Okay, that's what these people are. Because initially I thought Syria was Turkey, right? I kept on studying, right? And then it said somebody's riding this white horse. But then I knew this red one represents Africa. This represents Asia. This represents Orient. This represents Europe. And it says, well, the one riding the white horse, if you read the seals, this would have authority over 1/4 of the earth. And once you understand the earth, well, it would be a black, it would be an African man that will have authority over one of these European countries. Well, what was that? That was Obama, who's president of a European country, but he's African. Well, I'll put these things together. Study. 10 study. Okay. So then you go in and somehow, well, it says, then it talks about this wheel that's Ezekiel, right? This is the wheel Ezekiel saw. He didn't see the mother plane. Because the wheel doesn't look like calves, look like a lion, all that kind of stuff. This way, so it's dreadful wheel that Gog and Magog, they'd be so powerful that they would have control all the nations. They would just tear it apart, they would just be dreadful. 5 years, and that's what it was. America and Britain, Gog and Magog. Right? And you go in here, and you put the key number, say, okay, you put this one here, and you find that the Europeans, right, they colonized Africa. They had control over Africa. Right? And you see UK, it had domination over the Asian countries with India and right, and the Middle East, right? And then you go over here and you see here's Russia, and they have ideological control over this region because what? That's where they got communism from. Russia, right? China, Korea, Vietnam, right? And then you go over here to America, and they got us. Enslaved us, right? And then one sitting on the throne, that's Satan. He's controlling the whole thing. And here's the crowns. These are European on their maternal side, but right? That's the Shia. They didn't do any of this stuff. They're Muslim. They didn't do all the stuff these was doing. Right? And they say, well, yeah, false Israel control all these other countries. That's another story. Let me keep going. Okay, now I'm gonna walk this slowly. Okay, this is let me go to the next one here. You see, it says, and I saw you open the white, right? And he said he heard something. Keep that in mind, he heard something. Right? And so here's this one riding the white horse. Say, well, conquering the conquer. That means make 2 conquests. First conquest, President of the United States. Second conquest, is he going to be a main leader, right, of Africa? Africa's coming together now. It's going to be coming together in a few more days, divided in 2 parts. He's going to lead one of them. Right? So take that to the bank. But anyway, he's one riding the white horse. Right? And then you go to the second one. And who's riding that? Well, this is House of Sod. They're riding that reddish horse, right? And he hears something too. When you open it, he hears something. I heard the second, right? Here's something. Both of these hear something. And then who's riding this black horse? Well, this is Buddhism, right? He's riding that one. Right? And you got Master Muhammad. He's got Japanese. Spoke about that, and he hears something again here, something here too, the black horse. And then you got to find the greasy yellow horse. Here's something also. Who's riding that one? That's false Israel riding that one. Okay, so let's move on. And remember, here's something all 4 times. Here's every time we see here's something. When you get here to the 5th one, right? You don't hear anything. You hear anything. When you open the 6th, you don't hear anything. You don't hear anything. That's the silence they're talking about. I saw silence in the heaven with space for half an hour, about half an hour. Well, that's just, it's something between the 5th and the 6th seal. But the 5th seal is all about Iran and Syria. Iran already took it down, and Syria will follow after. And after Syria goes down, then the 6th seal would go. So after the silence, and we're in the silence period right now. It says, after that silence was over, immediately, fixed seal. And fixed seal is when all hell breaks loose. Because you don't hear anything here. Right? That's where silence comes from. Right? And this right here is where, right now, you see Syria, right? They push it up against American Britain. That's where they are right now. This is Gog and Magog. And then that's the, down now, that's the, that war's going to take place. Any day now when it happens, they're going to kick American Britain out of the Middle East. They're going to take charge and control the Middle East. American Britain and foreign will be cast out. Go back over here again, right? This is sixth seal. And so a sixth seal, right? Okay. Then, right, occurred great shaking right here. This is shaking. See, once the silence is over, that's shaking. Now you got American Britain and war with Syria and Iran, Israel. It's about to happen. Any day now, any second now. But it will be soon. Okay. Got the sixth seal. So the silence, and now he told that son, he don't know what the hell he's talking about. But all these great things going to happen, but he got that from me, but that doesn't matter. He doesn't know what he's talking about anyway. He's the ones who will get burned up by this fire. Okay. And so he opened the sixth seal, shaking occurred, that's the shaking. And then the sun becomes black, that means here's the sun, that's the lamb. And black represents the nation of Islam. Right? That's why it becomes black. The black horse is the nation of Islam. It's dead right now because this represents death also. Farracon has killed it. The white horse represents Farracon. Farracon and Obama was so close. That's another story. Because he said, oh, actually, Farracon said Obama was the Messiah, didn't he? And shaking, and it occurred great. Some became black as sackcloth of hair. Right? And the moon hole became his blood. So this represents, the moon here represents Arabia, Sunni Arabs. I never said it before, I'm saying it now. Oh, I gotta move around a little bit. It's gonna be blood. This blood here, we're saying, come because this gonna overtake this. But that means it's gonna be blood. It's gonna be a bloodbath in Arabia. A bloodbath in Arabia. Just said bloodbath in the Middle East, put it that way. It'll be a bloodbath in false Israel and bloodbath in Arabia. Because the powers of the heavens will be shaken. The holy powers, the holy people be broken. That's talking about the Sunni Arabs. The Shia going to win that war. It's going to break the power of the Sunnis. Going to break them. The Middle East is going to be broken down, broken up under control of the Shia. And the false Israel is going to have a bloodbath. That's why I said it's going to be a bloodbath. Both places. What it's talking about. Then it says, and stars have felt as a fig tree is growing at the right fig. So, well, this was called a fig tree. And these are figs, was with American Britain. And that's what it says right here. That's when they attack us. Remember I said the black horse represents the nation of Islam, but the green one represents, right, the demons, black-faced Christians, black-faced devils, right? The demons, the seed of the devil, skin folk. They're going to attack all black people, right? But we got black people over here from Africa that's on visa and that kind of stuff. So they're going to fight back. That's what this means here. And the stars from heaven fell to earth. That's what it is. So it's a war. That means they're attacking us. They attack all black people, right? They're going to wipe out all black. They ain't trying to figure who's who, right? But it says that those Africans here, they said they're going to unite under Obama. They're going to fight back as a unit. They're not only going to attack devil, they're going to attack all Americans, and us too. That's no story together, brothers and sisters. And this here is right here. When you open up the seal of the seventh, occurs silence in heaven is half an hour. As half an hour, it means approximately. Right? Approximately. I'm fine. Okay. You make of this what you will. Because this is going to happen anytime now. I'm absolutely sure it's going to happen very soon. Most definitely this month. But there's some things I can't say about that yet. But think about it. June, July, August, September, October. So it says as half an hour. That means it won't be 6 months. It'll be as. So it could be 5 months or it could be 7 months, but it won't be 6. And then the hell break loose. Yeah, I couldn't say that before now. But it's going to happen any day now. Maybe while I'm talking. June. Remember, June was when the war, they got to fighting. 12-day war, whether June, July, August, September, October. Come on, brothers and sisters. And then the trumpets. Going to that, brothers and sisters. Here's some basic idea how the engine works. And here's another way of looking at them clothes. Okay, right here. And we open up the seal of the sixth, shaking occurred. That's the shaking here. Boom, that's the war. That's after silence. They're first to each other, and Syria, America, Britain, and Fossil had control of the Middle East. They would take him out, kick him out of heaven. That's what heaven is, Middle East. Then, so some come black sack over here. Remember? Black that represents the nation of Islam. Comes with it. The Ancient of Days come. Thrones are cast down. Who's thrones? That's them clowns. Oh, it's going to be a terrible day. We're here. We're here now. He's right now. It'll take 20 years now, 30 years. No, it's going to take literally hours or days. We're here now. And once it happens, I give all kinds of signs about music every 50 years. But nobody's getting it. That's there. Like I said, every Torah says on the bottom. Coming. You got to, if you can't achieve it, you ain't gonna make it. That's to say, you got to get in there and you got to start breaking those seals. Not breaking seals, but you got to start discipling those verses. You got to wash your robes in the blood of the Lamb. Because you won't have the mental capacity to deal with the new world's come and make all things new. All things pass away. It'd be more than you could imagine. More than anything. These people talking about they're going to the moon, they're going to Mars. Hell with all that. We're going to the edge of the universe, traveling 24 billion miles per second. But computers, we can't even call them computers, because what they call that computers, we have to call ourselves something else. I'm not going over the details. Right? And you live as long as you want to live. And you keep upgrading yourself. That's why death, oh death, where's that sting? Oh grave, where's that victory? It won't be. Death's like going to sleep. Where it says, how do you bring death to life? How do you bring death to life? Take 4 birds, and what the Quran says? That's 2 sets of chromosomes you get from both your parents. 4 birds. Then teaching the Quran, you learn how they work, study how they work. And put them on all the mountains. That means all your relatives got a piece of your DNA, don't they? Sister got a piece, brother got a piece, your mother got a piece, your father got a piece, whatever. That's why you used to have arranged marriages. We're going back like we used to be. And so we say, okay, we put this, bring it back, and you teach them, then come together. So therefore you say, okay, we get this person arranged marriage. Can work it out. If you two come together, right? Maybe how many steps take, and all of a sudden you produce a baby with identical DNA. Just upgraded. That's you again. So death to us is just upgrade, like going to sleep. You're going to have a brain to handle that. If you can't, you ain't going to make it. And the angel is the first step. It's like, which test you have to take to go to the SAT test? You can't college, you can't go to college. That's your test to get to the hereafter. I keep telling you, if you can't do it, that means you can't make it. We don't want you. Because nobody push you around, mentally challenged, nobody can be doing all that. Okay, what's the next one? And then it says, well, okay, and some can, right? That's the bloodbath takes place. So what we have right here? We have right here is the war takes place. War starts back up any day now. America, Britain, and France was kicked out of the Middle East. Right? They attack us because false Israel is identified as being fake. False vision that we're true to Abraham. They attack all blacks. Right? The immigration, African immigrants, they fight back. As a unit, under Obama. And then the resurrection takes place. All the original people and the demons, they separate because we got half of the blacks in America are demons. They devil seed, black skin folk. So they unite, and all the rich people unite. Two separate groups. And one's fighting to get out of here, and one's fighting to take America. What's going to happen? In a nutshell, that's it. And here's the attackers, fig tree, right? Well, what's up, means be bloodbath over there. Then that's when, right? The Obama, they fight back, but they attack everything. They're all black. They attack everything. I mean, not all blacks. They attack everything that's American, even us. Right. Okay, so go on. Then the war in heaven. Okay, I'm going to say a couple times close, brothers and sisters. See right here? And here's a war in heaven. It says at that point, it tells you they're going to lose the war. Michael is matched for Muhammad. Right? They're going to win the war against the dragon and his angels. God may God and Antichrist. Right? And at that time, that's when the accused people, Farracon, be cast down. Right? America be thrown out of the Middle East. That's what it's telling you, chapter 12. Right? Okay? Now, if you read in there with how Messiah talks, the Spirit of Messiah, see if this matches up with that. See, because here's your boy, Farracon.
I believe that America can be beautiful. How can America be made beautiful? Now, family, listen. My brother Imam Wadafuddin and I have had disagreement. But his followers and mine have never given each other as much as a bloody nose. Because in spite of our differences, there's a deep love in us. We don't like the things about our nation that is not good, but I don't want to live anywhere else. I want America to be made right. I don't want to see America go the way of Rome and Babylon and Sodom and Gomorrah. But why won't she go that way? If the men of religion and the women of religion keep silent.
Six. I will send him against an hypocritical nation, and against the people of my wrath will I give him a charge, to take the spoil, and to take the prey, and to tread them down like the mire of the streets. 7 Howbeit he meaneth not so, neither doth his heart think so, but it is in his heart to destroy and cut off nations not a few. 8 For he saith, Are not my princes altogether kings?
That sound like Farracon? That's the Messiah talking there. Sound like Farracon? Farracon? Here, behold, our son Master paid away before me. The Lord whom you seek shall suddenly come to his temple. Well, they tell you Elijah last. This is in Malachi where they tell you that proves Elijah is the one. But he said, no, our son Master, that's Elijah. He paid away before me, so he's paid away for somebody who's paid away for the Master of the covenant. He'll come to Elijah's temple, but he never mentioned Master of the covenant. You said those believe part of the book, disbelieve the other, conceal it. Why they don't mention? Why did they not mention the message? Why did they not mention the message of the covenant? Never. It's right there. That's the one that you're supposed to be seeking. They tell you ain't nobody crying. He's a total leader of the nation of Islam. Farracon, he's the Messiah. He's, whatever. He can't even wipe his ass right now. He's incontinent. Over a year, I told you a year ago that was going to happen. Look out there. I got a presentation of a year ago before he disappeared. That's called, what I call it? I call it breaking news. I got a picture of him on the cover. You ever heard from him since? I say he was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. And they was trying to figure out who's going to replace him. This person, that clown called Dr. Wesley, or some yet named female who can attract the people who can get their money coming in. It's out there. Watch the weather. War Armageddon. Seen the War of Armageddon? He said 3 years ago, right? Seen the War of Armageddon? And the messenger comes here and said, what covenant? What is the covenant he's messenger of? Here's the covenant right here. The same. Remember, this is, they talk about this part right here where we've been 400 years estranged and all that kind of stuff, right? And this is right here. The same chapter. In the same day, as all this here, the Lord made a covenant, that's his word, with Abram, saying, until that seed, I've given this land. From the river of the great river, from the river of Egypt unto the great river Euphrates. Look at the map, that's Arabia. They never mention this part. The book says if you believe part of the book, disbelieve the other, they don't mention the covenant, and they don't mention what the covenant is. And they go further than that. They say God's a damn liar because they saying this ain't gonna happen. They say we ain't going nowhere. It's your boy Farracon. Let's pray the Spirit of Messiah and see if them are close, brothers and sisters.
I believe that America can be beautiful. How can America be made beautiful? Now, family, listen. My brother Imam Wadakuddin and I have had disagreement, but his followers and mine have never given each other as much as a bloody nose. Because in spite of our differences, there's a deep love in us. We don't like the things about our nation that is not good, but I don't want to live anywhere else. I want America to be made right. I don't want to see America go the way of Rome and Babylon and Sodom and Gomorrah. But why won't she go that way? If the men of religion and the women of religion keep silent.
Sick shit there, brothers and sisters. Why? America raped us, beat us for hundreds of years. What's these shit? You know what shitless is? These shit fed us like dogs. They fed dogs better. Buried us, raped our women incessantly, terrorized us 24/7 for hundreds of years. Because you only maintain something like that with absolute terror. Yet he wanted this like it's nothing. It's like, oh man, this woman, this guy's raping her, beating her, and he kidnapped her, beat her, raped her, pissing on her, and everything else, right? I don't want nothing to happen to her. Yeah, I don't want to leave here. I want to stay here. You know, and I want him to be I want to be a good guy. Yeah. Because he don't give a fuck about you or me. He's a demon. His father's a devil. We can prove it. He admits it himself. They the ones did all this stuff to us. He's pleading for them. Because God said he's going to judge this nation. And the judgment started with COVID exactly on time. 1619 to 2019, 40 years, 2020, right on time. That's the first of the 9 plagues. So who's he speaking for? We just go, let that pass. They terrorized our women. We could not help them. You better be glad I ain't no female, because I'd be in jail right now. Because I'd be there cutting this goddamn head off. You mean they did all of that to me? You punk ass. He's going to say, oh, it's okay. We forgive you. And I'm your woman? And you're going to tell, it's okay. We forgive you. We want to stay here. Can we stay on your plantation? And we want you to be a good guy. What the? I cut your goddamn throat. Then all this to me. And that's what you gotta say? Is that what God says? He says, do unto them double. That's a command. That's consequence. But Farracon, he don't want that. Why don't he want that? Why does he want you to forgive them? I don't want to see that happen to America. Because it didn't do it to him. It did to us. Remember that guy in Django? Except for his skin, he was a devil. He didn't see himself as being no black person. Because he was a devil. He is a devil. That black skin, he's master's son. His father's a devil. So he's pleading for them. I don't want to see nothing. We don't deserve our women. We told them, just like the promise that made to give you your information, the same promise made to them. Okay, because they had to agree to go to this like we did. And we're going to go through all that? Yeah, but we will avenge you. We'll avenge you. We'll return your honor and your pride and dignity to you. Okay. Just wrong. And now we're going to, like there wasn't nothing. You know, if to say that, that means our ancestors wasn't worth shit. That's what you're saying. Our ancestors wasn't worth shit. They stuff didn't mean a goddamn thing. That's what you're saying. Because I want you to be good. I don't want nothing to happen to you. Somebody beat your mama, pissed on her, raped her, sodomized her, and you want to be their friend. And your mama, she said if she could grab your ass, and she knew you was going to do that when she was giving birth to your ass, she'd drop a brick on your damn head. And she knew that. Because the people that we went through, We suffered. Our folks that went through that, that was the only hope. That's what kept them going. One day their seed was going to retaliate and take these damn devils down for it. That was their only hope. And then this dog comes along to my man. I don't care about my ancestors. Because if you don't give a damn about your ancestors, nobody will give a damn about you. You don't care about your ancestors? That's what he's saying. I love the devils who did all this to us, because he's one of them. It's going, but I got some more things. Them close out. Ooh, this thick. It ain't gonna happen that way. Remember, that's what he wants. That's what they want. They pay him to do that. He's been paid. He's on their payroll. You're gonna swear out a minute. You think I'm lying? His son, Supreme Captain. How is his son Supreme Captain? He's a cop in Google it. He's a cop in Illinois, Chicago cop. How the hell is Supreme Captain Nation of Islam? This what I love America. I want to stay here. I want to make white folks good. I don't want America destroyed. I want to forgive America. That's Farracon. But what did the lesson say? What did Master Muhammad's lesson say? Master Fry says it's impossible to reform devil. Impossible. Oh, he don't know what he's talking about, right? He don't know. Oh, Farracon knows best. See? They are 100% evil. That's what the lessons say. Oh no, I want to make them good. I reform, I make them good. See? He can't wait to destroy them. Take them out the planet. Oh, I want to forgive America. I want to stay here. I don't want. And he represents the God. These are the lessons that Thomas left. He represents this. Like Muhammad said, we fools who want to stay here in the land of imprisonment. Or I guess he said Elijah was a fool.
"49. I am come to send fire on the earth, and what will I, if it be already kindled? 50. But I have a baptism to be baptized with, and how am I straitened till it be accomplished? 51. Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth? I tell you, nay, but rather division. 52. For from henceforth there shall be 5 in one house divided, 3 against 2, and 2 against 3. 53. The father shall be divided against the son, and the son against the father, the mother against the daughter, and the daughter against the mother-in-law against her daughter-in-law, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law."
See, my intention today was to break this down with the angel key. Probably do it tomorrow because, like I said, too many issues came up. Right? Sure how to apply to the angel key. This one right here. The angel key is for it. Unlock all those verses. Okay, now listen to what, remember how you feel about the devils? He love them. He don't want nothing to happen to him. Remember that? Okay, see how he feels about you. Male and female, the ones that put the cakes that made him a millionaire. He's a millionaire. Him and his son's a millionaire. They have any business. How do you become millionaires? Because he's a pimp. The pimp and his sisters have been doing fundraising. Showed that yesterday. But see how he feels about you. Now, we know how he feels about the devils. He knows what's going to happen to him. He loves them. But see how he feels about you.
When the Muslims were alive, I'll say it again. When the Muslims were alive, you dead as hell now on both sides.
Yes, sir, brother. Yes, we are. Yes, sir. That's real, brother. That's real.
Wake us up, dear Apostle.
When we was alive, we set up schools.
That's right.
When we were alive, we had supermarkets.
That's right.
We owned buildings. We owned farmland. We were busy doing something, hiring our people. Well, I'm telling the Muslims, damn it, if you don't come alive, you will die like you are. And I will say, thank you, Allah, because if they're not doing nothing on top of the earth, let the worms eat their ass.
Whoa. Both sides, male and female. The ones that's putting clothes, $1,000 suits on his back, big porter-house steaks on his plate, putting all that gas in his stretch mobiles, getting money, travel all around the world, which is bullshit. Fundraising, those are the ones wiping his ass, kids' ass for him. That's what he feel. That's what he feel about you. Never mind the fact that he's the one that, when he was alive, he had all that stuff that he got rid of it. Him and Wallace got rid of it and took the money and put it in their pockets and left us with nothing. I was there. Never mind about when they was alive, how did he get dead? Because y'all killed him. Y'all killed the Nation of Islam. Destroyed, started something called the Bilalians. They liquidated all the assets. You know, I left in nation's name, liquidated all of it, put in y'all pockets, and left the dudes with nothing, empty-handed, out in the cold. No job, no bank, no store, anything, nothing. You stole it all. And now that's how you feel about him. You got nothing but, man, what about alive? Don't feel out of rent. Eat that ass. When it comes to Master, I don't know Master. I love Master. I don't want to see that Master. Okay, we all make Master good. I want to kiss Master's ass. I can't, you know, hey Master, can you just, okay, pull your zipper down, man. You know, can I help you out there? Sick. The demon. What about sisters? Close now, brothers and sisters. See? All he's got for you is shit and Scientology, which is modern day Catholicism, down to 2.0. Right? And he sprayed it with clone of Elijah. See? So you get the smell of Elijah, texture, right? See? And the color. Under all of it is nothing but shit and Scientology. See? Because he doesn't represent Elijah anyway. I told you I give $5,000 if you can prove otherwise. There should be one verse in the Bible or Quran that justifies he's a Messiah, any of that kind of stuff. So just one verse. You get $5,000, win-win. Because you can expose me as a liar. I don't pay up. Right? See? If I do pay up, right? That means, right? Hey, he's who he said he is. He shut me up. Where it is. Elijah had nothing to do with this mess. He's shitting on Elijah and Master Muhammad's teachings. Shitting on it. We can prove it. Okay, so there's a demonstration there. He's not even wheelchair like this, because this wheelchair you move yourself. One he's in, you can't even, he has to have somebody push it. He can't wipe his own ass. He's incontinent. He can barely talk. But yet he's going to lead us home. He's the Messiah. Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters.